Right, I'm back. It's the next day. Put some lights on. I've already jumped ahead. The lighting's still shit in here even with that on. I apologise. I have jumped ahead and done a little bit without you, and I'll show you what I've done. I did, as a result of rotating that engine round yesterday, I suspected it had jumped a tooth, and indeed that's exactly what it has done. I've now corrected that. I've also fitted the cam chain tensioner. I'll show you how that works in a sec. And I believe I've got it perfectly in time, according to Mr. Haynes over there. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little dimple there and a little dimple there. They are both at the top. There is exactly 24 rivets between those two dots, which Mr. Haynes said there must be, and we must listen to Mr. Haynes. We've also got the E, whether that comes out there, the E line for exhaust, and the in line for inlet. They are perfectly aligned, and in here, whether that shows up or not, we've got that on the C mark, which is top dead centre for number 2. So in theory, that should be perfectly timed. Now I've rotated it round a couple of times on the crank there, and there's no weird noises, no sounds of valves smashing into pistons or anything like that. Now let me just show you quickly, for those that don't know, because I didn't know. This is that cam chain adjuster that I showed you earlier. This is a spare one, so I'll show you how these work. What you do is you take that out, and then there's a spring doodah in there, and then you release that ratchet, press that in all the way, and then you fit that into the engine like that and torque it up without that in there. Then when it's in there, you pop this little doodah into there. Now that spring then presses against that adjuster and presses it out, and obviously you tighten that one up to torque, and then that is pressed against the cam chain, giving you the tension you require. Yeah, all clever shit, isn't it? So next I think we're probably going to adjust up all the valves. I'm probably going to do most of that off camera because it's boring. There's 1,000,001 videos online how to do that. I've also got to fit the bits and pieces. There's a guard here, which I almost forgot about, to be honest with you. Although I did mention it last time, that fits over the cam chain and picks up on some of them bolts there, so we'll get that bolted on. There's also some oil feed pipes that go in here. Let me just grab them all on. There's 2 of these, and they sort of fit something like that, and you know, they supply the oil to the top end. I'm not fitting them on yet. The reason being, I'm going to adjust these valves, and apparently you need a special tool to do it because you can't get access to them because of those oil pipes. So in theory, if I adjust up all the cams with the oil pipes not there, I shouldn't need that special tool. So yeah, I'm going to race ahead again. I'm going to adjust those cam thingy-jiggy pops, what do you call it's up. I'm going to pop this guard on, and then hopefully we might be able to get power to this engine and compression test it. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I'm done it. I just dropped the camera. Not very fucking clever, was it? Thought I'd bust it, but I'm assuming you're still there. Right, where was I? 0.20, which for exhaust is smack bang in the middle of the range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that in there, and with my screwdriver I'm going to tighten that up so there's a little bit of drag on it. In this position I can do the exhaust and the inlet on cylinder number 1 only. So let me just crank that down, because I backed them way off when I was putting this back together, so they are miles, they're literally miles out. Oh, dropped you. I can see why you wouldn't be able to do this if those oil pipes were there, so it's a good call on my part to get these checked before those oil pipes went in. But it's not that fucking easy without the oil pipes, if I'm being honest with you. I know I'm probably in the way here and you can't see nothing, but I can't see a great deal myself, if I'm to be honest. As soon as I get it in and then try and move it, I keep yanking it back out again. Right, let's try that. So that seems about right. Now I am going to lock off that nut. Now these can tend to move a bit when you tighten the lock nut up, so I think that's probably too loose still. So I don't know, that's not bad. So right, I'm going to carry on and adjust all the valves on this cylinder here, cylinder number 1. When that's done, I'll bring you back and show you how you set up for cylinder number 2. Right, we're upside down. There you go. Right, that's adjusted. I'll probably recheck them when I've spun the engine over a few times. In fact, let's just rotate that over a couple of times. I think we're about there. So now we need to check cylinder number 2, and same procedure, but I'm down here at the crankshaft and I'm rotating that round until I've got the C mark lined up in the observation hole, and there it is. And again the lobes must be pointing up, which they're not. So round we go again, all the way round. Where are you? Trouble is, if you miss it and go past it, then you end up back where you were and you got around again. So there you go, that's the C mark. So lobes are pointing up, and I can, oh bloody hell, they're really tight on the exhaust. They feel a bit right. Okay, right, the specification for inlet, which is this side, is 0.13 to 0.18. I have a 0.15 there. So same procedure, put it in there. That is a little bit tight, so we'll just back those off a little. You're always better to be a little bit loose than a little bit tight, because if you're too tight it could hold the valve open, and that's where you burn a valve out. So, let's just check that again. That feels about right. So we'll lock her off just there. And we check that once again. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Slight bit of drag on there. This other one, there's 2 valves per cylinder on this one. And again, I think that one's a little bit on the tight side. So undo the lock nut. Fucking hell, that's tight. Okay, back in with a screwdriver. Yeah, that is tight. That's a bit. Okay, that feels about right there. So we'll lock that off. I felt that move actually. Let's check that again. I think that might have moved. No, I don't know. No, that's not bad. Okay, right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and check the exhaust on number 2, and then that's that little job done. Cheers. Right, next job on the agenda is to fit these oil feed pipes. Now I've gone all out, no expense spared, only the best for my Kawasaki, because I've ordered brand spanking new O-rings from MSP Parts, I think they were called. Yeah, genuine Kawasaki parts. It's oil. It's oil supply to the engine. You don't really want to be fucking about. I mean, I've got these up here. These would have probably done the trick, but I bought one of these kits years ago. Never fucking got the right O-ring size in that you need. But yeah, there's all sorts of fucking O-rings in there. But I thought, genuine Kawasaki this time round, because we're fucking about with oil, and we don't want to fuck about. You don't want to cheap out on something as critical as the oil supply to your engine. So yeah, we ordered. I mean, these ones don't look bad actually. They would have probably been fine. But yeah, we've replaced them anyway. So in fact, these are nothing wrong with these. These are really supple. There's nothing. I've wasted my money, but hey ho. Right, let's pop on some new ones. Like I've said many times before, this bike is for me. This is a keeper. This is not for sale at any point. So only the best. Right, so 2 new O-rings on there. There's 2 of these oil supply pipes, and they just friction fit in. When I say I'm keeping this, I'm keeping one of them. I mean, as you can see, I've got 2 engines there. This is the one we're working on. That's the spare one. That's got no compression on it. That's probably going to be the next one we tear down to figure out what's what. We'll dress them up and we'll paint them. We'll decide which one's the best, and that's the one we'll will keep. The other one is going to be like another bit of a project. But you can see on this engine, look, there's them oil feed pipes, and you can see why now that it would make it difficult to get at the valve adjustment with those fitted, hence the proper tool. I might look up, see where that tool is and see how much it is. But anyway, let us fit this oil pipe. So there you go. So it's quite easy. Never ever ever say it's quite easy. I've just tempted fate, and I. But there you go. That just pops in, as does that one, and then somewhere we have the bolts. What are these? No, oil feed pipe bolts. There we go. These are the kiddies. That goes in there. There is no doubt a torque spec for that, which I shall look up. Get in. It's slightly out. 8mm. No, that's 9mm. 8mm. The torque spec on this is going to be ridiculously low. That I'll probably just use my internal torque wrench in my head. You know, the click. So yeah, there we go. That's how you do that. I'm going to tighten that up. I'm going to actually, let's just have a quick look. Is there a fucking torque spec? 1, 2, 215. If there's a torque spec, I might as well do it properly. Right. Oil pipe bolts on camshaft. Here to do 11 Newton meters. That's actually quite fucking tight. That's tight. That's very tight. 11 Newton meters. Right. Okay. Well, we'll do it properly. Anyway, I'm going to do that. Then we'll decide what we're doing next. Right. Big moment time. Just to remind you, the reason we tore this engine down was because we had, I think we had 125 on one cylinder and 150 on the other. 175 and 125, that was it. So we've torn it down, we've put a second hand piston in it, blah yada yada, all the videos are there. I've now got it connected to my little jump pack here, and obviously we have a compression tester fitted. That is on cylinder number 1 at the moment. I can't remember which one was down, but we'll do them both anyway. So this is cylinder number 1 and contact. Okay, no contact. Hang on. Has this got any fucking life in it? Yeah, let me try that. Contact. Why is that not working? Come on, behave. Maybe I'll have to get a battery. We've got good earth, haven't we? That's a letdown. Well, we've got 125. That's disappointing, but it cut out. Okay, 120, 125. Would have preferred more, but let me just set this up on the other one. We'll see what we got. Have we achieved absolutely fuck all? Because if this one's 175 that's exactly what we've achieved. We've get in, you bastard. I suppose if it's 125 on both, whilst not ideal, at least it's the same. I can't get that in. Said the actress to the bishop. Right, let me get that on. I'll switch it back on because I ain't got much battery left. Right, cylinder number 2. Action. $125. Let's try that. Okay, we've got 120, 130, 130. I'll tell you what, look, I'm gonna just pop that back into cylinder number 1. The reason being, I don't think that was on properly. We did have 175 on one of these, and now we've got 125. It's the same piston, so a little confusing. Right, let's try it again. This is cylinder number 1 again. Okay, right, I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with it. I would have liked it to be higher, but we are getting 130 on both. So I think that's acceptable. We are going to tear into that engine, probably be the next job. That's got 0 compression. We'll try and find out why that's got 0 compression, see if we can fix it, and then we will choose which engine is going in my bike, and the other one will obviously go in the other one, later on in the year, or maybe even next year, I don't fucking know. We're going to do a rat, whatever you want to call it. We're going to chuck an engine in a frame and do something with it. But anyway, that's where we are. We have got what I believe to be a usable engine, and we'll move forward from here. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.